So what we're seeing here, a rectangular block is such that its base length is 3 times its base width, which is x. Sum of all the edges add up to this. We want to show the height, we want to show the volume, and then we also want to do a couple other things from there. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to draw this. You're not given the drawing, so we'll draw this. Whoops. Okay, so then we've got x here, and we've got 3x here, and we're going to label the height as h for now, because it told us in the question we want to show that h equals this. So we know that all of these add up to 50 pi over 3. So what we're going to do is we are going to look at all of those things there. So I'm going to put this into CAS. I'm going to start a new calculator, and we've got x is 1, 2, 3, 4. So then we'll say 4x plus, and we've got 3x, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 4 times 3x, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 is the height, so plus 4h, and that equals 50 pi divided by 3. So that's what I'm saying. So there, it simplifies it for me and everything. So now from there, I'm going to have a look at my question. It's worth 2 marks. So what I'd be doing, I'd be saying this is what we're dealing with. That's what we're dealing with. Now, thanks to the miracle of CAS, I'm going to say solve that for h, and it gives that to me. So what I'd be looking for is saying that's what we've got, or even writing this down. That tells me that you know all the side lengths add up to this value, and then from there we solve for h. So that's it. Show that the volume is given by this. So volume equals the area of the base times the height. So now area of the base is 3x times x. We end up with 3x squared, and we have to multiply by the height. So we're going to say that times by our height gives us that, which is what we end up with, or not quite, 25 pi squared x over 2 minus 12x cubed. Because we've got to multiply the whole thing. So what I'd be saying for this one is I've got my area of the base. I'm going to multiply that by the height, which is this here. And we end up with, so even so, can we expand that? There we go. So what I'd be doing is I'd be writing area of the base times by the height, and then I'd multiply 3 squared, so this becomes 75 pi over 6. Sorry, 75 pi x squared over 6 minus 12x cubed, and then simplifying that part there. So that's what I'll be doing for that with the 1 mark. Okay, so what is the volume of the box rounded to 2 decimal places when the width is 2 centimeters? So we want to graph it or anything? No. So what we're going to do, we're going to take this, and instead of x, we're going to write 2. The same thing here. 50 pi, do we want to 2 decimal places, decimal in, decimal out, so 61.08 centimeters as a volume. For values, is it at least 50 centimeters cubed? Give your answers interval notation. So that one, we want to solve this. We want to solve that, where it is at least 50 centimeters cubed. We're solving that for x, and we can have, it'll happen between this value and this value. It cannot happen here because we're dealing with a real life situation, so no negative values. So it will happen between 1.55, what do we want, decimals? What is value? 1.56 and 2.70 is when it happens, or when it's greater than 50 centimeters cubed.